In this video I'm going to show you how you can convert numbers from rectangular form to polar form using your Sharp EL531X calculator. And we'll begin by looking very briefly at the theory, so see what's going on. So just take a second. So a number in rectangular form is the very basic coordinates that you would have learned when you were quite young. So you've got x and y axes, and you're specifying the point by moving along the x-axis by say 3 and moving up the y-axis by 2, and that specifies point P. You can of course display this in a different form, which is the polar form, which is specifying point P by a distance r from the origin, and this line is at an angle of theta. It's an alternative coordinate system, and you can convert between these very easily using your calculator. So we'll look at an example, and for this one we'll work with complex numbers because that's probably the most common place where you will encounter rectangular and polar form complex numbers. So we're wanting to convert the complex number 3 plus 2i to polar form, and we write a complex number in the form x plus iy. So comparing this equation with that equation gives us x and y. Clearly x is going to be 3 and y is going to be 2. So this is what we do in the calculator. We first enter the data in the form x comma y. We know what x and y is from up here, so let's just enter x and y onto the calculator. So to do this we press 3 and then you press second function and then STO, which gets the comma, and then we press 2. Now if you press the equals button you'll get error 1. Don't panic about that, just press the back button. You don't have to press equals, but if you do, just don't worry about the error. Now we can do the conversion. We've given it x and y, and that's all it needs to do the conversion. And you can look up the formula it's using online. It's just basic Pythagoras and trig. So let's get the answer. So press second function and then the number 8. That's got this arrow r theta. So press 8 and then that gives us this length r, which is 3.61, which is exactly what we expected from here. See, 3.61. And then we need to get the angle as well, so we have to cycle through. So we press second function and then the exp button, so the exponential, second function, exponential, that gets us theta. And when you're pressing shift, you really, or rather second function on this calculator, you're accessing this button. And of course we get 33.7, which is exactly what you would expect. Now you may want to go the other way, going polar or rectangular, and you do this in exactly the same way, and we'll have a very quick look at that for completeness. So we're putting in r, which we found to be 3.61. Now we press second function, STO to get the comma, and then we're at 33.7 is our angle. Now pressing second function, and then on top of 9 you'll see that you've got an arrow with x, y written on it, and that gives us 3 for x. So pressing shift and x gets us the y, which is 2. Again, that's exactly what we expected. So there you go, that's how you convert numbers between rectangular and polar form and back using your your Sharp EL531X calculator. And just as a final point, you can convert your final answer to radians should you so wish. For example, you've got 33.7 and you get that as an answer. You can simply press second function and then the pi button, and that will put that answer in radians. That may be of some use to you. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching.